What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In the last video, we detailed and ceramic coated this awesome 458. It's gloss black underneath there, but our buddy over at Tint Tech Lubbock did this matte paint protection film across the entire car. Then over at Kennedy Detail, we got it all ceramic coated with some G-Technique flexible ceramic coating. We put these awesome Brixton wheels on the car. We also, all the accents and things we got painted the same bronze color. All in all, this has been about a 2-month project and it's turned out really good. The owner is my buddy Todd. He has that ZR1 that I shot a few weeks ago. I posted a couple of those photos on my Instagram feed. And he also has a 488 that we're gonna get to shoot at some point. But for today, we're gonna take this one out. We're gonna put the rig on it. We're gonna get some really high quality rig photos. I'm also gonna do some pans, which I haven't done before except at autocrosses and things like that. I always get some really good pan shots, but I've actually never done any for a customer. This car is just so striking that it really needs to be seen in motion. So of course we're gonna get some high quality static shots, but the main part of the work is gonna be these action shots. It's gonna be really cool. We got some spectators, people coming in, check the car out. Out here in West Texas, there's probably only maybe 15 exotic cars, so something like this really stands out. Everybody wants to stop and talk. When I shot the Gallardo Superleggera, it took us an extra 2 hours just because so many people were talking to us the whole time. But like I said, we're gonna go out, we're gonna get some really high quality photos, and I'm gonna bring you guys along to show you some of my process and some of the things that I do to capture those really dramatic action shots. The interior of this car is beautiful. It is all black with yellow piping. The seats are black, just like the yellow calipers and some of the other yellow accents. It's carried throughout the whole car. The interior is just fantastic.
The nice thing about this car is everything is so simple.
Yeah, and you know, some cars I get into, like the ZR1. So I took, the owner of this car, I took his ZR1 out to shoot 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was trying to find the audio dial for the radio, and it's kind of up in this area, but it's hidden by the steering wheel, and I messed around forever.
And you couldn't find it?
Yeah, this one I looked and I instantly knew what it was. It's very well thought out. Some cars are just, it's really hard to figure out how things work. Like the Mercedes, their menu system, if you watch any videos on like anything that Mercedes does, everybody hates it. It's a horrible system. Until you've used it for a few days and then you get comfortable and it's easy to use. But if you're just trying to do something simple, like to review a car, getting into it, it's absolutely horrible. So we're taking this one to some alleys downtown. This is a customer's car, so I absolutely will not get on it hard for any reason at all, but I'll let y'all hear it a little bit. Sounds incredible. I was really set on getting a Gallardo next, just like a base model, probably a stick. You know, this one's almost giving me second thoughts.
It has to be a gain and shift.
Yeah, if I get a Gallardo, although, you know, since owning the AMG, I've really come to love a dual clutch. Like, I don't hate it and despise it like some automotive guys just hate dual clutch. I'm okay with it. And this feels fantastic. It feels like you're driving a manual. You just have paddles.
Yeah.
All right, so this is our first location. It's really bright outside. I was hoping to get some shade, but this is a pretty cool spot. Since the car is matte black, it's not really going to reflect any of those really harsh lights. You know, if you look at the paint, it's really good, or if you look at the finish, it's really good at just absorbing that light. And so I think we're gonna set the rig up kind of facing back towards the city. We're gonna try to get the passenger side of the car and shoot some of this really cool kind of loading dock area and you know, go from there. My rig setup is from a company called Rig Pro. The guy that owns it is a buddy of mine, and we're actually met in the Lotus community. Really good photographer. This is a really good setup that he builds. It's all industrial strength suction cups. You have this kit from Manfrotto. Really cool plug-and-play setup that he has. Shooting rig photography, you have to think about your final shot quite a bit because you need to be able to Photoshop out, obviously, the pole, get rid of reflections and things like that. But this kit from Rig Pro is really nice. I guess it ran me maybe like $1,100 is all that we spent on it. it's not too bad. And a lot of people get scared putting these suction cups onto cars, especially stuff with PPF and things like that. But they're actually very, very strong. It's not going to drop anything, but at the same time, all you have to do is barely pull on it. See, it has a little bit of a lip, holds on really, really tight. All in all, so it's such a great setup. It hasn't failed me yet. All right, like I said, this whole setup comes from my buddy at Rig Pro. He supplies these 4 aluminum poles, the Manfrotto suction cups, and also this Manfrotto magic arm, which is actually useful for lots and lots of things other than that sort of photography. It just helps you get some really cool, unique angles that you're not able to get otherwise. So today we're shooting on the Sony a7R4, and this is a Voigtlander 15 mil. It's an all manual lens, and I use this one quite a bit for this kind of photography. As you can see, it's small and kind of lightweight, so that keeps it from being so heavy on the bottom of the rig to where the rig's bouncing around and we get a sharper photo. We're at our second location of the day. This is this new bank here in town. There's not a whole bunch of really cool like modern architecture in town that really lends itself to kind of classier, more sophisticated cars. And while this one's really mean with the matte black, I really was hoping that the black finish would kind of work with some of these hard lines and black awnings and things here. And I've been wanting to shoot here, and it's a really good day for it. We have really good clouds, it's a blue sky. Okay, we're at our next location, and today I'm trying some pans. We're going to be shooting from the top of the till down into this little area. There's a little river that runs along here, and there's these cool bridges, and I shoot down there quite a bit, but I've really overshot that location. So we had the idea to do some pan shots from up here just to get kind of a different perspective. This is a Sigma 150 to 600, and I'm shooting at a 30th of a second right now. So I think we're going to have a couple pan shots of 458, and I've shot never actually came up with it. And yeah, some perspective off the top of the car. So like I said earlier, this is a 150 to 600 Sigma lens. I bought this primarily for wildlife several years ago, back when I was shooting with Canon. But if you're getting into automotive photography, there's something about longer focal lengths that just really work with automotive stuff. So even if it's just like the nifty 50 from like Canon or Sony, just get something a little bit longer and drop that aperture all the way down, just open it up all the way, and try some cool different perspectives with it. That longer focal length just really works with automotive photography. So we've been driving this around for a couple hours now. It's the first time I've ever driven a 458 before, and I really love this car. I was expecting it to be, honestly, maybe kind of heavy. I kind of expected it to be kind of
like a boat.
Yeah, a little floaty. I know I use the comparison way too often, but the Lotus seriously it'll ruin you for most sports cars. All you care about is the driving experience. It will ruin you. But honestly, I'd probably sell the Lotus and drop one of these.
Yeah.
We've gotten some pretty good photos. We're going back to a spot that I promised I would not go back to, but it's just such a pretty location. And it's really hot. Like, look at my face. I am sweating. It's been so hot. It's like 105 all day long. So we've stopped for drinks probably 3 or 4 times. And I'm sure you can hear the drone. The exhaust is so loud. I'm sure the audio sucks right now. Which the interior is awesome though. Ferrari makes the best steering wheels. Like, the analog button for changing your driving modes is just the most satisfying thing ever. My favorite thing about this car, it has a manually adjustable slider on the seat. Because every time I get in and out of one of my cars, I like to just slide it all the way back so I can just hop in and out, get in and out easy. The GLA 45 just takes forever to slide the seat back and forth. So in that car, I started just moving the steering wheel. That's my favorite part of the interior. The dash on the left side right here, it has this awesome, and there's several different screens. I'm gonna play it safe and not switch them right now, but it has this kind of nostalgic retro aeronautical sort of feel to them. They look old and dated, but not in a bad way. Like, they're really cool. It looks like an airplane screen or something. You also have your shift light up here in the steering wheel. I love that. But aside from all of that, it's so simple. You don't have anything that's confusing. Everything is so easy to use and find. It's all just right here. You have your different driving modes, all of your Havoc controls, which, okay, those are kind of confusing. That looks like I'm trying to pilot the Enterprise. I don't like that.
What is it? Are we going up and right?
Yeah, I'm sure that's like feet and face or something. I don't know. But then you have like your menu adjustments over here for your screen on the right. And then you have your menu adjustments over here for the screen on the left. I don't watch many car reviews at all. When I'm gonna go buy a car, I'll watch every review, every video out there. But I haven't watched anything on this car at all prior to hopping into it. And I've just been able to figure out everything that I needed to know just within a couple hours of driving it around. Just, it's easy to drive, it's easy to get into. It sounds incredible. This is the best sounding car. It looks really good in all of our photos. I think we got some pretty cool pans back there. We're gonna go do the shoot in this alley that's real grungy. I shot the ZR1 back there, and I shot a Challenger, and I didn't really want to shoot there. Oh, I shot the Superleggera too. I didn't really want to shoot 4 cars at the same location, but we are a little starved for good locations here in Lubbock, just a little bit, and I think it's really gonna play well to the style of the car. So, man, it just sounds. Do you hear that? How quick it downshifts? Oh my gosh! And like I said, when I really don't like driving other people's cars. It really bugs me, especially the first couple hours. I know for a fact that I'm not gonna hurt this car. I'm not even gonna scratch it. But it's everybody else that's on the road, and it's like playing a video game sometimes. Because I don't really like driving other people's cars, and so I probably haven't revved it past 5 or 6. But even then, gosh, it sounds so good. God, I really need to take the Gallardo out and drive it for a full day just like this to compare. Because originally that's absolutely 100% what I was going to get next. We were looking at some Ferrari FFs, which is like, it's basically the mom mobile of this car. And it would be a great daily. Like, I could probably sell the AMG and the Lotus and rock one of those every day. Just imagine that roof box that I have on the AMG on an FF. Ooh, and a white FF too. It has to be white, even though I love red. It has to be white. Get the box like black or white too. Like, just imagine taking that to snowboard up at City Pool. Our good friend Jay is the mechanic that lowered this car for Todd, the owner, and he also lowered the 488 Spider that Todd also owns. And it's on Novatec suspension. I think that's what it's called, right? Novatec?
Yeah, Novatec.
And it is as low as it can possibly go. With Jay even used a spring perch that's made for the mag ride suspension, which this does not have, simply because it would get the car a little bit lower. Surprisingly, it does not rub turning at all, though. It only will rub
When you're walking along.
yeah, and we're hitting a bump like back there.
Even then, it's just ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's really not bad. Yes. Okay, so we've been shooting all day long. It's golden hour now, and And so I'm in the Type R. It's a lot of fun. He says it has 400 horsepower. I don't know about that. He says it does though.
Close to 400.
Close to 400. We're gonna do some rolling shots now. I'm not the biggest fan of doing rolling shots from a car. That's why I have the rig, but it really does let us get a lot of different angles, you know, during a very short amount of time. And if you do it right, you can get some really, really high quality shots. Most of the really, really cool action shots that you see online are just car-to-car rollers anyway. So we're gonna go find a cool location and, you know, hopefully we get some really cool rollers. So I'm shooting on the Sigma 1.4 again. This is a really sharp lens, and the 20mm works really well for the sort of focal length that I want for this. You can see it's golden hour. I'm shooting at 1/25 of a second. Sometimes if we're going a little slower, I'll drop that down. You do start shooting a lot of photos to get a sharp one, just because if even the smallest difference in speed, or if you have a little bit of bump in the road, anything like that, it's going to, your shot's going to be out of focus. Okay, it's been a really long day. I'm exhausted, but we're not quite done. We're going to take the car back downtown and try to find some neon lights or something cool just to do some kind of long expo nighttime photography. Maybe get the headlights to sparkle a little bit. It looks really, really good at nighttime. One of the last locations of the night. This is my favorite local brew house. This is called Two Docks. All of the bars and stuff are shut down right now, so nobody's here tonight. But I'm gonna do some long expo work and try to get some of these bulbs to be twinkly and maybe do a little bit of light painting on the car. You're good, straight. Okay, keep going. A little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking like right there. Let's try that one. I think that about wraps today's shoot up. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep. I'm really, really exhausted, but I think the photos turned out fantastic. There's a couple locations and spots that I just didn't get to do. It was way too hot today. I'm worn out. I wanted to do some more light painting and some nighttime stuff, but camera's almost dead and so am I. So I think we're gonna call it a night. Shout out to my buddies who helped out today. I could not have done it without them. There's no way that I could do like an in-depth photo shoot of a car like this without really, really good friends, somebody that's confident behind the wheel of an expensive car that's not their own. So I really appreciate all of the help today. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the next one, I guess we're putting wheels on the AMG. We got some new wheels that'll be here. I'll probably do just a little video on that. We're probably gonna ceramic coat those and get them on the car. Just some beauty clips of it on there. Hopefully it looks pretty good. As always, thanks all of you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.